Hey everyone, it's me, Zebulon Thomas. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. You know, every year I come out to this favorite location I have. You know, it's my favorite spot. And I just film a video that, you know, just kind of reflects on, you know, my past year and kind of helps encourage others to do something new with their new year coming up. So that's what I put in this video together for, and I want to encourage you to do something extraordinary with your life for 2013 and reflect on 2012 and what it was about. And I know for me, there's so many things I did in 2012 that, you know, really brought my life to a new level. I went through a lot of changes, you know, like as far as things that I want to do, who I want to become, you know, my strengths, my weaknesses. You know, I faced some fears. You know, I hurdled those things, and it really drove me to become a better person. And, you know, I found myself in the beginning of the year kind of like lost in a way, like, you know, where do I go? Because I hadn't planned for anything more. You know, I reached a point where, you know, you plan, you achieve, and then you get kind of burned out or something, and that's what happened to me. So I had to sit there and say, okay, this is fun. You know, you just got to play with your energy a little bit, and I got to play with, you know, what I want to do with my life and where I want to, you know, go from here. And it was an opportunity for me to look at my life and say, okay, let's grow from here. Who do I want to become? You know, what areas of my life do I want to improve? Do I want to make better? What are some of the things that maybe, you know, I'm holding on to that's frustrating me that I want to let go of? You know, and this is a great time to do that in your year towards the end, is to say, you know what, let's clean out all the junk. Let's clean out all the clutter, anything that you have up in your mind or maybe even around the house that doesn't add value to your life, that doesn't add value to, you know, your well-being. And so you can go through all that stuff and say, you know what, let's get rid of this, or let's bring more of this in. And I think it's really important that we do this, because you're going to transition and start to grow every year. In fact, every day you're a new person. Every day you get up, there's a new you being presented, and you have to take some time to get to know yourself. You know, get to know this new you that's here, that's ready to say, you know what, let's do something. You know, whether that's this year and this year coming up, you want to take your body to the next level and you want to work out. You want to get more fit, more active, healthier. Maybe you want to eat more healthier foods and start transitioning to, you know, a way of life, you know, different ways of eating instead of just a diet. You know, maybe the workout routine, you know, it's like, okay, I've been working out, I've been building muscle, but maybe I need to improve my endurance. Or maybe it's I got the endurance, but now it's time to sculpt my body and I want to tone up a little bit. So have some fun with that. Find a way to put it in your game plan for 2013 to say, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm not just going to do it because I have to or because I should. I'm going to do it because I want to, because it's fun. You know, now I say, like, for working out, for instance, you know, exercise. You know, if you're someone who hasn't worked out in a long time, you know, I know when I first started working out, you know, I had, you know, played around with the weights a couple times, but then when I really wanted that energy to get fit, you know, it was a struggle at first. It was kind of like, oh man, I'm sore, you know, and then eventually that soreness turns into like, oh, okay, I got a good workout. I love that feeling of being a little sore the next day. And if you're not sore the next day, it's because you didn't push hard enough, you know. But it's about listening to your body and saying, you know what, I'm going to enjoy this process of sculpting my body, or improving the quality of my health, or even improving the quality of my life. So maybe it's, you know, you want to improve the quality of your relationship, where you can focus more on your significant other. You know, what can you do to meet their needs? You know, what can you do to just sweep them off their feet daily, or even just weekly? You know, or once in a while, just shake it up a little bit and say, you know, we've been kind of doing the same routine over and over. What can we do to make some changes here to really make our relationship spark, you know? And if you have that empowering relationship, then that's great. Don't let it get stale. Don't let it get, you know, don't let a plateau happen. You know, if you have that area where you guys are at the same level, let's kick it up a notch. Help them bring them up a little bit, or encourage them to step up. You know, and even with yourself, you know, all you have is yourself. Really comes down to it. You're the only person that's going to get you off that couch. You're the only person that's going to force you to eat the healthier foods. The only person that's going to make the decision to say, I want to do something more with my life, instead of just sit around and do the norm. You know, there's so many people that have such great talents, but their fears have smothered those talents. Their fears hold them back. Maybe this is the year that you want to step up and say, I'm going to face some of these fears, and I'm going to triumph, or I'm going to learn something about myself. Or maybe you find out that when you step into the fear that you're not really afraid of what you thought you were, and maybe you're stronger than what you thought you were. And these are things that I encourage you to do. And one of the things I'm going to say right now is, not everything is going to go perfect. I mean, there's so many things I'm involved in that are exciting and fun, but they don't all go perfect. You know, for instance, I had the opportunity to do an incredible interview with Sean Stevenson, and, you know, I sent the email out, I got connected with him, and I was ready to do the interview. And right before he called in, like I was having issues with my, the number that I used to call in to record everything. I couldn't figure out how to do the recording right. I'm thinking, man, I got to get this right. Because a couple weeks before that, I interviewed someone that I really enjoyed to talk to, and we didn't get any of the recording, and I thought I did. So I was like, listen, I got one shot here to nail this, and I better get it right. And so you can get all stressed out over these things, and then, oh man, are they going to work out? And maybe they don't. Like when the one recording didn't record, when I was done, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not gonna beat myself up over it. I'm just gonna learn that I got to pay more attention, and I got to learn about what I'm doing here to make sure things go smoothly. So when Sean called in, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in my Zen mode, and I'm just gonna do this. And I hit the button, and I was like, in my mind, I just visualized this was recording, and we had a great interview. And at the end, I hit the rest of the button, and it recorded, and I was like, great. So it worked out. Then, a couple weeks later, I had Devin Graham on. He's a, Devin Supertramp. He's got incredible YouTube videos, and I wanted him on the radio show. And, this radio show that I have called The Sandbox that I teamed up with some kids from, all over the country. And we put this radio station together. I said, let's get Devin Graham on. And we're getting ready to launch the show. Everything is in order. I get into the show. The show starts at 9, and it goes to 10:30 p.m. at night. And we get in the show, and I call in, and it's not live. It says our show's been canceled. So the host before us accidentally hit the wrong button and canceled our entire show for the night. And I was like, what are we going to do? So immediately, instead of sitting there and telling myself the story of like, that's it, someone, they canceled the show, this is a wreck, this is a mess, I'm not going to be able to do this, we got to reschedule. Instead of beating myself up and getting all frustrated over the situation, I sprung into action and said, what can I do? What are the things that I have the ability to make something change or give here? And so what I did is I jumped on the phone, and I called, one of the other hosts that run, the network, and I said, listen, our show's been canceled. I know there's like a 30 to 40 second, delay. Maybe even there's a minute that you can, go in there and change something. And sure enough, she was able to go in there and change the show and kind of bump us back. So we started 30 minutes late. So if you think about all these technical difficulties, the show actually worked out well, because the first 30 minutes of our show is dedicated to just like small talk, if you will, what we've been doing in our week, and a little bit of talk about some of the other things that are exciting for us, like what's trending. And so we usually have our spotlight guest on about 45 minutes into the show. So we had literally a 10-minute gap to run a quick ad and do a little small talk, introduce our guest, and it went great. And we had such an empowering show that night. All these people that I thought weren't going to stay listening, because, those who are waiting on the line or on the internet listening to this show, it's dead air. And they're like, what is this? And all these people that waited 30 minutes, and even my, spotlight guest, Devin, was patient enough to call in and wait that long and get in. And we had all these people call in from all over the country and take questions and ask questions, and it was just a great show. So, I didn't beat myself up over that, and neither did my other host. We all had a great time. And so listen, not everything's going to go right in your life. Not everything's going to go perfectly as you planned. But if you spring into action, if you eliminate the story you tell yourself, that you could tell yourself and dwell on and beat yourself up over, if you spring into action and get rid of that story, you can make changes in your life. You can make changes in the things that are going on. And, that's the importance. Finding a way to course correct, trying to find ways to, to be playful in your life, to be flexible in your life. That's the most important thing that you can learn, that you could teach yourself and condition yourself to do, is to be flexible in your life, so that you can condition yourself to become this incredible person that you want to be, or reach the highest abilities of yourself and move on past that. So make 2013 a year for you to grow and step up and enjoy and make it the best year ever. I always try to say, this year's going to be the best ever, and usually it is, because I step up. I've had a year, where it was like, oh man, this is starting off like crap. But if you continue to say it's, you focused on this, you continue to tell yourself it's starting off like crap, and you focus on those things, then you're always going to get that. So focus on the things that you want to show up. Focus on the things that you have that are going well. Focus on the things that empower you. If something happens and it's not, empowering to your life, or if it's devastating to you, or if it's a setback, then look at it and say, okay, this is a setback. Well, what can I do to grow from here? What can I do to move my life in the right direction from here? Or is this a spot where I need to sit down and evaluate some things? Is this a spot where me to sit down and I could reflect on my life and reflect on certain things and say, do I need to shift my focus here? Do I need to shift game plans? You know, not everything's going to stay between the lines. You know, if you write down your goals and say, I want to achieve this, you might not achieve that. But from what I learned in my recent interview with Sean Stevenson, which really helped empower me, he said something that really served me. What he said is that not everybody is going to reach their dreams, is going to reach those goals in life, those big dreams that they had, those hopes. But the fact is, it's not about reaching the goal or reaching the dream and becoming that something or doing that something or achieving that something. It's the fact of enjoying the process. You know, he said there's so many people, and it's so true, there's so many people out there that work hard for their dreams, you know, to maybe get that dream job or that dream home or to become I don't know, maybe it's a pro athlete or something. Maybe they never do. Some of them actually die in the process. But the fact is, those people that enjoyed the process and those people who worked towards that, as long as they had fun every single day towards it, then they succeed. Because there's people that out there that, you know, they're going for their dreams, they're going for these big goals, and they're not enjoying any of it. You know, when they get to that success moment, that aha moment, and they're like, oh, yes, I finally succeeded, they realize that, you know, they look back and they don't have anything to really evaluate to say, you know, that was exciting, that was fun. Or they look back and they didn't build a really good foundation because they weren't focused on that. They're so focused on what they wanted to achieve, that end result, and not where they were headed and shoot beyond that. So, you know, I encourage you to go for your dreams, go for your goals, and, you know, jump over those hurdles. Get rid of the setbacks. Stop telling yourself that story of I can't, or or this is what happened, this is what made me who I am today. You know, that's great. If you went through something and it made you stronger, that's empowering, but maybe from this day on, maybe from 2013 on, you say, you know what, I'm going to start creating a new story. I'm going to stop living by that old story because that old story served me to a point, but now it doesn't serve me anymore because it's actually holding me in a plateau. It's holding me in a stagnant stage. So maybe you could say, you know what, I'm going to start writing a new story right now. Reinvent yourself, redefine your life, and start to live it to the fullest every single day. So I hope I didn't give you guys too much. I know this video is kind of long, but, you know, hey, look, it's December right now. It's like 45 degrees out. I'm sitting here in my favorite spot. The sun's shining. There's some clouds in the sky, which I really enjoy clouds. And you know what? I'm out here in nature, and I'm so grateful for this day to be able to do what I'm doing today. And I enjoy shooting these videos. And I'm really in love with my life. And I hope you guys can find that inside yourself to become in love with your life. You know, and then from there, you could love yourself, and you could love all that's within the realm of this existence, all that's in, you know, this miracle that we have. So breathe life and love with every breath, and treat people as if you want it to be treated, and treat people at their highest of themselves. You know, help people see their highest potential, you know. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you really enjoy your life today, and don't sit around. Don't sit around and just wait for tomorrow. Get off the couch, work out, eat healthier, you know, think healthier, do some more meditation, go after those dreams. You know, maybe put something down and face a fear, or go after something that gives you great empowerment, great meaning. And contributing to others is a great way to start. So maybe this year, even for Christmas or even after Christmas, you could find ways to contribute to others. So once again, take care, guys. Thank you.